Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On this channel we talk about cake baking tips, cake decorating tips and everything in between. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I made this cake from scratch, including the wafer paper and the watercolor effect. If this is your first time here, please turn on post notification, click the subscribe button and of course give us a thumbs up. I will be starting with the wafer paper and I just cut it out into like a kind of leaf shape, and then I use scissors to give it an effect on the edges. Pretty much that's it. But the wafer paper is quite thick. It's a thick one, it's not the very thin one, it's very thick, so it gives it's very firm. After cutting the edges, I just used a steamer to just shape it, just to make it a bit flexible, and then I glued it with water. So it gives us this very fine shape of wafer paper. Moving on to the cake itself, I'll be using whipped cream, I'll be using white chocolate ganache and milk chocolate ganache as filling. So I'll fill this cake and level and layer and structure it properly so that it doesn't scatter in transit while we're delivering. Next, I would use milk chocolate ganache. If you're looking out for chocolate ganache recipe, please check my previous video. I shared a video on how to make the perfect chocolate ganache that you can use for cake filling, you can use for your donut filling, you can use to drizzle your cake, you can use to do just about anything. It's a very perfect recipe, so check it out. I'm almost done with filling this cake now, so come along guys. So to give the cake a structure and so that it doesn't just wobble off, I'll be using dowel rod. So it's food grade dowel rod. You put it strategically inside the cake from top to bottom so that it holds the cake and it gives it a structure, like your cake stays firm, it doesn't just shift while in transit. Before I move on, I need to point out that for whipped cream cake, it's better that you have chilled your cakes. If possible, you would have frozen them, so it's easy to work with your whipped cream. And here I'm trying to trim it just slightly because it has some bulge. I'll clean all of the crumbs that are right on the table because the next thing I'm going to be doing is to crumb coat and chill. Here it has been crumb coated and chilled in the chiller for a while, and then I'm going to frost. You need all the crumbs to be out of the way because you don't want them to mess up your cake when you are decorating it. So I'm just going to frost with whipped cream here. I use piping bag sometimes, and sometimes I use pilot knife directly. So guys, come along with me. Using a cake comb, I smooth the cake to have a very fine finish. I do that until I notice that I do not have any hole, any bump or anything. So I need the final outcome to be very clean. So anywhere I see any hole or anywhere that is not balanced, I fill it up with extra cream again. So because we have excesses on the edge, we need to remove it, and that gives us a very sharp edge. With that, we have a clean canvas to work with, and we move to the watercolor effect. With watercolor effect, just mix your colored cream and then get a offset palette knife and just work your way around it. But make sure that the first layer of your cake is chilled. That means the first whipped cream that we covered, put it in the fridge for it to chill so it is set, such that when you're applying the next layer, which is the watercolor effect, it doesn't mess up, it doesn't get messed up, so it comes out really fine. If you are using 3 color, you do the same thing over and over again. I'm using 2 colors for this, that's the dark blue and the very light shade of blue. So pretty much everything you need to do Just make sure it's chilled so that it doesn't get really messed up. If you've watched this video up until now, thank you so much. And if you are new here, please subscribe, turn on post notification, and give this video a thumbs up. And if there's anything you'd like me to share, please drop it in the comment section below. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.